Latest football news, engaging debates,
and fascinating opinions.
Pitchside talk on IO Radio. So kicking off the games for Tuesday, it is Manchester United versus Fulham. And for Manchester United, they could welcome back Dan James and Anthony Martial from injury. But however, Harry Maguire, he still remains on the sidelines with an ankle problem. But for Fulham, Mario Lemina is available once again after being ineligible to play against his parent club Southampton last Saturday. And also Tom Kearney, he's still not ready to return and looks like he won't be returned now for the rest of the season. Piers, for Manchester United here, a win will secure them second place for this season, and they need to bounce back. They've had 2 losses in a row now at Old Trafford. They're playing at Old Trafford today in front of fans, which is going to be really nice to see. But for Fulham here, they're relegated. They're just really trying to now play for pride and for next season.
Yeah, obviously, Fulham have been a nice small quality to get a win over Manchester United. Now it's always good to get a win over a Big Six team. Man United, on the other hand, have really slipped up in the last 2 games. Obviously, they haven't been the easiest games. They've had Leicester and Liverpool. The Liverpool game, I felt like they were shut out, to be honest. And the Leicester game, they just didn't take the chance. So maybe I think it's just showing Ollie and the board that, there's still a lot of work to be done at Manchester United. They can't just sign 1 or 2 players and go for the title next season. There is still work to be done there. So I think to be fair, it's good for them to pick up these losses here so they can see where they need to build on. But I think, Man United being at home and the chance of having fans with them, it'll be brilliant for them. And I think they'll go out and they'll get the win. And I'm going to go for a 3-0 to Manchester United.
So it is Southampton versus Leeds today. And for Southampton, they've got a big boost by the news of Oriol Romeu. He is now returning after nearly 3 months out on the sidelines due to an ankle injury. He is back. But Bendirect is also available once again after missing the win over Fulham because of a heel problem. But for Leeds, Click and Koch, they're probably not going to be now playing until not going to be playing for the rest of the season now, as they look now to prepare for their Euro 2020 campaigns. Piers is Southampton. They got a win last time out and they won before. They've got 2 wins on the bounce and they could possibly jump up to 12th here with a victory. But for Leeds here, there's a chance here. If they win this, they can go up to 8th place. And that's where Everton are. And they're challenging for Europa League, supposedly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge opportunity for Leeds if they could manage, to squeeze in the slightest chance of getting European football this season. I mean, it would be amazing for them. And they've had 2 nice little wins on the bounce for themselves. Obviously, we've Tottenham and Burnley, so there's every chance going in against the Southampton team. Unfortunately for them, this Southampton team has just managed to get 2 wins on the bounce and scored 6 goals in 2 games. So it's going to be a hard game. I think Southampton have looked good in their last 2 games. Okay, they've conceded the games, but they've been able to put them to bed and got the job done. So I think it's going to be a really interesting game. I think both teams are going to go at it, but I think Leeds will get the win here, and I think they'll try and push for something special this year. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 to Leeds.
So it is Brighton versus Manchester City today, and for Brighton, Graham Potter has confirmed they're still going to be without the suspended Lewis Dunk and Neil Mopo for this game, and he has no more injuries to report heading into this game, which is good for him. But for Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne is going to be facing a late fitness test as he comes in with a muscle issue, which has ruled him out for the last 2 games. And also Pep Guardiola has confirmed that Ederson will be back in goal now for the remaining of Manchester City's fixtures. So no more games for Scott Carson. What a shame. Piers here for Brighton. If they win this, they'll go up to 15th, up to 41 points. So it'll be what we would say that 40-point safety, even though every team is still relegated, but that's still quite a milestone to get to, that 40-point thing. But for Man City here, another win, really, just to make sure they can keep this winning mentality going up. Now, just getting ready for the Champions League final.
Yeah, definitely. I think, it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be the best game out there. I think Brighton will cause problems for Manchester City. I think you could see in the Newcastle game, I think Manchester City are just going to start to take the foot off the gas a little bit. They've won the title. I think they're looking to relax, keep players safe, keep players cool, keep them in recovery for the big Champions League game. Of course, they want to win the game just to keep momentum going. And obviously, seeing Chelsea, lose 2 on the bounce, I'm sure it'll be a positive boost to them. But I think Man City will just try and go on cruise control for this game. I think they'll get the win. And I'm just going to go for a 1-0 to City.
So it is the biggest game of this midweek, Chelsea versus Leicester. And for Chelsea, they have no new injury reports to come into this game as a rematch against Leicester, who they lost to in the FA Cup final. But for Leicester, they have some bad news. Johnny Evans, he's not going to be involved at all. Looks like he's not going to be involved now for the rest of the season due to his heel injury, which forced him to come off early in the FA Cup final on Saturday. Piers here, such a massive game here for Chelsea. It is a must-win game for them. If they lose this, they'll be in the clutches of Liverpool, who play Burnley on Wednesday, and they could possibly overtake them into the top four battle. But for Leicester here, they're coming off that high of winning the FA Cup. Might not be in the right match fitness for this game, but if they win this, they will secure top four football for next year.
Yeah, I mean, it is a massive game for both clubs. I mean, Leicester obviously recently winning the FA Cup against Chelsea. It's going to be a huge morale boost. Them, I thought they played a brilliant game. Leicester, they stopped all the Chelsea chances. Obviously, Chelsea did get a goal in that game, but it was ruled offside. Chelsea, on the other hand, a loss to Arsenal. Obviously, hurt morale, put top four in doubt, and then now losing to Leicester and then having to play them again. It's huge for Leicester. It's huge for Tuchel because he's got to come to this game. He's got to get the win. If Chelsea don't get the win, I would say top four done because Liverpool ain't going to lose to Burnley. So it's a must win for Chelsea. This is also a must win for Chelsea for their morale going into the Champions League, because if they don't win this game, then it's even more pressure to win the Champions League. But I think Leicester will be on such a high that Chelsea will be able to get a chance to get a win here. I think it's going to be more important for them. I think they'll come in. I think Chelsea will be fresher. I think Leicester took a lot of knocks in that game and obviously had some injuries in that FA Cup final. So I think Chelsea will come in fresher, and I think they'll get the win. I think it's going to be a hard fight. I'm going to go for a 2-1 as Chelsea.